San Antonio starts right now.
You'll never believe this. We just got a call from Michelle Jordan. She said she got away from the people that kidnapped her. They tried to burn her alive.
This morning on GMSA, the family of an EMT in Ohio says it is a miracle that this woman is still alive a week after vanishing. The miraculous ending to a bizarre story, and as you can see on your screen, it's all tied to a court case.
Back here at home, a chase involving a motorcycle in the Bexar County Sheriff's Office ends in a deadly crash. What we've learned about the suspect, including ties to a motorcycle gang.
And taking a live look out of the Alamo City, it is so much calmer and quieter than it was the last couple days. Mike Oster has joined us in studio on this Mother's Day to give us the full forecast in just a few moments. First and foremost, good morning. Thank you so much for starting your Mother's Day with us.
Good morning.
It is 6 o'clock Sunday, May 14th. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing moms out there.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom, and all the moms out there.
Do you have any good plans today to celebrate your mom?
My mom's in Corpus.
Okay.
But my baby brother who lives there, we worked something out.
Okay.
Wow. He's setting up the gift from all of us.
I'm excited. Mike, what about yourself?
We're going to be taking my wife out to brunch later on today, which raises the point, if you are heading on out later on this afternoon or even this morning, take an umbrella, just be on the safe side, because we'll have a couple of more showers, storm popping up here and there. But yeah, nothing like yesterday, although still getting a lot of very heavy rain off to the east. It is much more tranquil this morning, pardon me. As you can see, the road's pretty dry out there, 410 by the airport. There's all the big storms well off to our east. And let me jump back here. And if you look a little bit closer, yeah, they are moving in towards right there, just to the east of DeWitt County, kind of sliding up to the northwest. So it's not really coming in our direction, just kind of grazing our eastern counties. Hallettsville, you're getting some more decent rain, and of course the heaviest rain there. But this, again, the overall trend is for this sliding further up to the north. Now, a couple of showers can't be ruled out throughout the morning hours around here. Just a little bit of some light rain. Temperatures are actually slightly below normal. Got some 50s out there in parts of the hill country, 64 here in town, so just a notch or two below that. And the humidity really isn't that bad. I mean, think back to Friday when we had just that extreme humidity before all these storms started to work their way on in here. Now, humidity will definitely be something. We'll have to watch out for a couple of patches of fog, I think, this morning, because I actually saw just a little bit of the kind of hint of the moon this morning. And so if you have not a complete cloud cover, and that's going to allow some of that heat to escape out in space. Obviously, we've got a ton of moisture in the ground, so just watch out for a patch or two of fog. Mold is on the high side. Grass and pine are low. And throughout the rest of today, we got the heavier rain to the east. And then again, you can't completely rule out a stray shower or thunderstorm or two, just here or there. Decent downpour. Again, can't be ruled out, and that's going to be the situation. Actually, a slightly better chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms around here tomorrow. Then things will begin to sort of taper off as far as rain is concerned. But overall, again, pretty good if you've got some outdoor plans today for brunch. Just keep that umbrella handy to be on the safe side. The rest of the forecast for the upcoming week coming up in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, Max?
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office tells us an alleged motorcycle gang member dead after a chase ends in a crash. So take a look. This was the scene around 10 last night. This is Northwest Loop 410. BCSO deputy on the scene telling us a speeding motorcycle started to pull over for a traffic stop, then took off again. After a brief chase, the deputy actually lost sight of the bike. However, deputies then found the motorcycle and the driver. They had crashed into another vehicle at Loop 410 and Highway 151. We're told the rider died at the scene. 3 other people involved in the crash taken to the hospital only with minor injuries. BCSO telling us the rider of the motorcycle, he was found with a gun, outgoing arrest warrants, and he was a known motorcycle gang member. Topping your morning headlines, the family of an EMT in Ohio says she is alive, now being treated at a hospital.
As ABC's Allison Kosick reports, her alleged kidnapping happened days before she was going to testify in a court case.
The family of an Ohio woman thankful and relieved after she was found alive days after disappearing.
I'm grateful she had the strength and the willingness to fight to survive.
Lachelle Jordan, an EMT in Cleveland, went to get something out of her car last Saturday, but her family says she never returned. 6 days later, the 30-year-old seen on surveillance video limping into a convenience store, no shoes, her clothes ripped. She asked to use the clerk's phone to call 911.
You'll never believe this. We just got a call from Lachelle Jordan. She said she got away from the people that kidnapped her. They tried to burn her alive.
To the people at the convenience store who let her use the phone, thank God you were there.
She's now being treated at the hospital.
Lachelle has had some trauma. She's had some injuries, and she's been hospitalized.
The alleged kidnapping happened just days before Jordan was to testify in a case involving 65-year-old Michael Stennett, reportedly a former coworker. He had been indicted on 2 counts of rape and 1 count of abduction. He pleaded not guilty. Jordan reported that Stennett violated a restraining order several times, the most recent just 2 days before she went missing. Police have not implicated Stennett in Jordan's disappearance. Officials also have not released any other information about how she got to that convenience store. Her family saying,
Well, she ran. And I'm going to say that in a simple way. She ran.
Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
Back here at home, one person was killed and a curfew was imposed Saturday after a powerful tornado tore through a community near the Texas coast. It happened before dawn Saturday morning. 42-year-old Roberto Flores was killed when a nearby trailer was lifted during the storm and crushed his mobile home in Laguna Heights. At least 10 others were hospitalized, including 2 people in critical condition. At least 36 people are currently staying in emergency shelters as they deal with storm damage to their homes.
Right now on KSAT.com, a short-lived partnership between the Texas Department of Public Safety and the city of Austin. Well, that partnership now being put on pause. DPS, they were actually helping Austin police patrol the city streets, but now troopers are headed to the border, helping cities who are facing the end of Title 42 and facing an expected migrant surge.
And U.S. Congressman Dan Crenshaw has been chosen by House Republicans to lead a task force on how to deal with Mexican drug cartels. The task force is expected to include members of several committees and border and criminal justice issues. The group will also focus on researching cartel activity and writing legislation to fight cartels and their impact on cross-border traffic.
Time now, 6:07, 64 degrees out.
Still ahead on GMSA, police in North Carolina got some help during a manhunt from some cows.
Oh.
Yep, we'll explain that before 6:30.
After the break, a refugee service here in Texas struggling to help with an influx of people as they make their way to America. And all of this struggle, that was even before the end of Title 42. What they're doing now, that's next.
Mike is here for your Mother's Day forecast. 64 degrees right now at 6:08. Maybe some light showers out there, but all in all, he says not a washout today and don't have to cancel any outdoor plans. He'll explain when we come back.
Welcome back. As we keep an eye on the southern border after the end of Title 42, the state's largest refugee resettlement agency says they can't take on any new clients.
So Refugee Services of Texas will continue to help its existing clients, but says recent migrant surges have eaten up their budget.
While the pause is temporary, Camelia Juarez tells us what this means for refugees across the state as we move forward.
When the team, they took us there, we were hugging each other and we were so happy. And as I said, I was about to cry.
Hamad Sarosh and his wife fled Afghanistan last year. And after 6 months of moving around, Refugee Services of Texas helped Sarosh settle into his own apartment.
And finally, I was saying, okay, I'm in my new home.
Sarosh and his wife were given medical care, cultural education, and even a job.
The position I work, the environment which I work, I love it.
Refugee Services of Texas will continue to serve its 1,300 clients, including Sarosh. But due to a recently depleted budget, for the next 4 months, the agency will have to refer new refugees to national organizations.
We just need all hands on deck right now to be able to close this gap.
Chris Kelly with Refugee Services of Texas is talking about the $4 million the agency hopes to raise. He says under former President Trump's administration, fewer refugees were entering the U.S. and needing services. But the agency became overwhelmed following the evacuation of Afghanistan and the Russian invasion on Ukraine. The number of people in need rose quickly.
It was a chaotic evacuation, and our job was to resettle as many of those folks as we could in a very short period.
To save money, the agency is reducing its staff by 45% and closing offices in Fort Worth and Houston, a decision that Kelly says is heartbreaking because the staff members work and live where the refugees live.
There are people, they can't speak English, they don't understand the GPS. That's why I'm saying they need agencies like RST to support them.
Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
And so after more budget cuts, the agency hopes donations will come in over just the next few months and help those in need. If you're interested in more information, we have a link to support them. Right now, just head to ksat.com. And turning to weather, the last couple of days, craziness. But last night, I can tell you, I slept more than 4 hours, wasn't woken up by thunder and lightning. Big win.
Nice. And it was interesting, those storms, and because we kept looking at some of the computer models and everything, and boy, the timing of that was exact. And yes, unfortunately, there were some severe storms, but a lot of rain. You know, the magic number, 2.31 inches at the airport yesterday. Greatest single day total in 500, I believe it's 77 days.
Wow.
2 2/3, or a year and 2/3, something like that. You know, that's just a 1 day total. So we could still see another, inch, a couple of inches here and there. So just be on the lookout for that, because any of these showers and thunderstorms that may pop up around here can still have a decent downpour. Now, you can see there's a little bit of maybe the glow of the sunrise there. Don't get your hopes up of seeing too much in the way of sunshine today, but we will have some. So, okay, who got how much? There's that 2.31 out there at the airport. Lotus about 1.75 inches, 2.25 inches right there around northern Real County. Look at that, Garner State Park, about 3 inches of rain. Down to the southwest, there was that one bullseye right there, but otherwise, Brackettville, 2 inches. Uvalde, just over 1 inch of rain. The lion's share, of course, is to the east and to the southeast. Smiley, 6.5 inches of rain. Lavaca River, about 4.25. Hallettsville, 4.5 inches of rain. And don't forget all of the rain that has fallen, like San Antonio River, and that's going downstream. So watch out for any sort of flooding along any streams or creeks. Here's what's going on as of right now. And we do have a fair amount of rain well off to the east, some pretty good showers and even a few thunderstorms. Now, initially, it looks like these are wanting to kind of go to the northwest, but most of the movement, as you can see, is now starting to be further up to the almost kind of a northwestwardly movement, a little bit closer into town. We don't really have anything being picked up on radar right now, but don't be surprised if there are a couple of showers that do end up popping up. And some of these obviously are going to be just kind of working their way on our extreme east and northeastern counties as this continues to move its way up to the north. So got that 40% chance for some rain off to the east. That's what that is taking into account. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s, and then we are going to warm up into the 70s. We do have that chance going to have a 40% chance for another shower or thunderstorm to pop up here or there throughout the course of the day. This is what computer models are looking like. We've got this rain off to the east, and then as we go on into the afternoon hours, a lot of that stays to the east. A couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm pop up here and there. Notice how it's not very widespread. Again, you might see a heavier downpour with any of these that do end up popping up. Fairly quiet overnight, but then we'll have a few more as the day rolls on tomorrow. Probably a slightly better chance for a few of those showers and some of those storms to pop up as we go into tomorrow. So the forecast today, again, rain well off to the east this morning, and then a couple of showers, mostly cloudy skies basically at noon. Just that slight chance for a shower here or there. And then later on this afternoon, there will be a couple of showers. There will be a storm or two around the area. 81 for a high temperature. Now, going into the rest of the week, tomorrow, upper 70s and slightly better chance for some showers and a thunderstorm or two. And then a little bit lesser chance on Tuesday. Then Wednesday, Thursday, one or two that may pop up here or there. And then we'll have a slightly better shot at a couple of stray showers than Friday and Saturday. But those temperatures at or below normal.
Okay.
Get a little bit warmer going into the rest of the week, just up to normal readings. Not a ton of humidity out there, but all that moisture, making things green and lush.
That's why I don't mind all these showers. We're in May. I'm like,
not at all.
Let's not even talk about the S word, summer.
Right. And I got my grass cut Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon.
Has it grown 2 inches already?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least I got that done so I didn't have to, get some goats and a sickle out there to cut it. So.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike. Just about 6:18, 64 degrees.
Up next, Max.
UIL State Track and Field Championships wrapping up. Rain not getting in the way of any of these athletes on the podium. We have the highlights from Austin. That's next. Welcome back. UIL State Track and Field Championships officially wrapping up the entire schedule in Austin. It was condensed because, all the rain, but not stopping East Central senior Michael Pinones from going on top. Look at that. Class 6A shot put, finishing as state runner-up last season. Once again, finding himself in second place, headed into the final throw. Clutched the win. He threw it, or tossed it, however you want to call it, 65 feet, 11 and a half inches. He ends his career on top of the podium. All right, here we go. Track girls, 6A, 300 meters. Reagan Jr. Isabella DeGrossa battling her way onto the podium, second overall, 41.8 seconds. And of course, Brandeis senior Rafe Clendenden, he struck gold in the Class 6A discus throw, best toss, 184 feet, 3 inches. These are why they're the champs. Right. In the Class 6A boys high jump competition, Brennan senior Armando Acevedo clearing the bar. Get this. We're throwing out crazy numbers here. Cleared the bar at 6 feet, 10 inches, and that was silver. So congratulations, boys pole vault. We talked about this yesterday. Way too scared to even try pole vault. Reagan Jr. Samuel Abadi taking second, a best of 16 feet 3 inches. And Judson's Alexis Jesse taking second in the triple jump. Longest jump 40 feet 3¼ inches. We got more though. Brennan's Kayla Lyons also bringing home silver. We have so much great representation here. 800-meter run, Reagan's Mackenzie DeGrossa taking third in the high jump, her second medal of the day. Wow. New Braunfels Ella Vados with third in the pole vault. We have all the results from all the state championships right now. Just head to KSAT.com. But seeing the numbers and then talking about some of the numbers yesterday, like one of the local champions under 4:47 mile.
Oh, to be young. I
was young.
Yeah,
I still
couldn't do that either.
Time now, 6:23, 65 degrees.
Just ahead before 6:30, the most popular baby names. They are here for 2022. See if your bundle of joy made the list in just moments. This morning, police searching for a suspect in North Carolina got some unlikely help.
All right, so they say the suspect, Joshua Minton, leading police on a chase into the heart of a field filled with cows. So take a look. Officers say the cows followed Minton through the field as he tried to hide. It's hard to know for sure exactly which cow helped police find the suspect, but they believe it was a group effort. He was eventually charged with felony fleeing to elude and driving with a revoked license. Police are expressing their gratitude for the cow's assistance.
Oh, wow. Okay, meanwhile, the most popular names are out from last year, and you'll see mostly familiar names topping the list. Olivia, Liam, each took the #1 spot again. Liam, I love that name. Liam's a great name. For the 6th year in a row. Wow.
Apparently you're not the only person who thinks that's a great name.
Olivia for the 4th. Top 5 on the boys list includes Noah, great name, Oliver, James, and Elijah.
I really thought you were going to say great name after each one.
For the girls, Emma, Charlotte, Amelia, and Sophia. There's only one new name that made the top of the list. Oh, I love this name.
Sure you do.
Luna.
There we go. That is a nice name. All right.
Cute.
Time now, just about 6:28, 65 degrees.
Still ahead at 6:30, people across the country are paying a lot of money for a new IV hydration therapy. We'll look at how it works and why it's so popular.
And up next, San Antonio police had their hands full overnight. What we learned about a gas station shooting. We have all the details still ahead. Well, good morning. 6:31 this Sunday. It is May 14th. Happy Mother's Day to all the amazing mothers out there. And Mike Oserhage, he has been ready for Mother's Day brunch. Look at the outfit.
Yes. This is the best Mother's Day brunch look here.
You're kind. Thank you very
Mother's
much.
Day brunch at the Yacht Club. I love it.
If you are heading out for Mother's Day, maybe brunch, something like that, or heading off to church services this morning, it's very tranquil out there. Actually, I saw a little bit of the moon earlier. We don't have any rain in the immediate vicinity. We are at 64 degrees right now. Dew point's at 63, so that puts relative humidity very high up there, 96%, which means with that little bit of some breaks in the clouds here and there, got to watch out for a patch or two of fog. 81 for a high temperature later on today. The aquifer. This number is almost mind-boggling because we haven't seen it go up this much in, it seems like, forever. Up 3.1 feet in yesterday's reading. The updated count's going to be coming out, of course, later on this morning. And mold is on the high side. With all the moisture around here, that is going to be staying high. Grass and pine are low. We do still have some rain around the area this morning, well off there to the east. And notice how the movement of those showers and thunderstorms is pretty much up to the north. Maybe a little bit of a north-northwestwardly movement, but all of that, except for, say, around Hallettsville, is going to stay just to the east of our viewing area. Obviously, some of those showers right there in eastern Gonzales County, but for the most part, as you can see as I zoom out, that this is sliding primarily to the, like I said, northwest. A little bit closer into town. We don't have anything showing up on radar right now, but again, there may be just a slight little sprinkle here or there. So we're not completely done with the rain. If you are heading on out, make sure you do take an umbrella just to be on the safe side, because there will be scattered shower, thunderstorm here and there. 50s in the hill country right now, 66 at Stinson and 71 still at Gonzales. And as far as, like I said, the allergens, mold is on the high side. And yeah, I think we're going to be keeping that around here. So rain to the east this morning, and then a shower elsewhere possible later on this afternoon. A couple of showers, a thunderstorm or two, low 80s. Now, still, you want to be on the lookout, because if any of these thunderstorms do pop up, you still can get some fairly decent downpours. And again, with the ground so saturated from the rain that we had Friday and yesterday, most everything would just be running off and not soaking in that quickly. Tomorrow, we will have some scattered storms, slightly better chance, and we're going to be up in the mid 70s. Then we go into the rest of the week. Rain chances are going to start to taper off a little bit, you know, a stray one here or there, and we are going to start to warm up. However, low 80s, mid 70s, those numbers are below normal. So we're just basically going to be warming back up to normal readings as we finish off the rest of the upcoming week. What about the weekend? Details on that in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, Max?
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, Bexar County Sheriff's Office tells us an alleged motorcycle gang member dead after a chase ends in a crash. So take a look. This was a scene around 10 last night, Northwest Loop 410. BCSO deputy on the scene telling us a speeding motorcycle was pulled over for a traffic stop, but that motorcyclist took off. After a brief chase, the deputy actually lost sight of the biker. However, the deputy then found the motorcycle had crashed into another vehicle at the intersection of 410 and Highway 151. We're told that rider died at the scene. 3 other people involved in the crash, they were taken to the hospital with just minor injuries. BCSO also telling us the rider was found with a gun, arrest warrants, and was known to be in a motorcycle gang.
A man is in the hospital after shooting in a gas station parking lot, and San Antonio police are still searching for the shooter. So police say it happened just before 3 a.m. at a QT on Southwest Military Drive. 2 men were allegedly fighting in the parking lot when someone shot at them. One man was hit in the leg and taken to the hospital, where he's expected to recover. Police are still looking for the suspect, who they say left in a dark-colored sedan.
And San Antonio fire crews say a couch fire is to blame for an apartment going up in smoke just west of downtown. This was a scene just before 2 a.m. The 200 block of Violetta Place. 2 people there at the time. They were able to get out safely, taken to the hospital. Now, San Antonio police investigating the cause of the fire. They say one person is in custody as a person of interest.
One person was killed and another was taken into custody after shooting at a northeast side car wash. San Antonio police say it happened around 7:30 last night in the 1200 block of Northeast Loop 410. SAPD says the suspect and the victim were in a vehicle going through the car wash when something happened that led to the shooting. The suspect is accused of shooting the victim once before coming out of the car wash and flagging down bystanders. Authorities say the suspect claimed the shooting was self-defense. The victim died at the scene.
We also have new details on the body of a man that was discovered in a creek along San Pedro Avenue. Now, San Antonio police officers in a helicopter making the discovery in the 5900 block of San Pedro. They were actually searching for a missing person. Now, officers say the body is a man, possibly in his 20s or 30s. Unclear how he died, but there does appear to be physical trauma. Right now, the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office trying to figure out who this person was.
A diesel leak is being monitored near the water treatment plant in the city of Kerrville. A statement from the city says the leak was detected at a business upstream from the water plant. The statement says Friday's storms caused damage that led to that leak. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has been notified. Kerrville city officials say appropriate precautions were taken and the city has switched water to the groundwater wells. The city will remain on groundwater wells until that water plant comes back online, which is expected to happen sometime next week.
Well, every year, breast cancer is diagnosed in hundreds of thousands of people across the United States. To this day, it remains the second leading cause of cancer death among women. That is why today on Leading SA at 8 a.m., we're talking about new guidelines just published regarding mammogram screenings. Bless you. We're joined by a specialist from UT Health San Antonio, MD Anderson Cancer Center. If you have any questions that you want submitted, you can ask them right now. Just head to the Leading SA section of KSAT.com. Then join us at 8 a.m. for the full conversation.
Well, it's graduation season for high school and college students, and KSAT was there Saturday for a very special graduation at Texas State University. Just take a look. That's Faith Mata, older sister of Tess Mata, graduated Friday after an incredibly hard year without her sister. A picture of Tess filled a chair between her mom, Veronica, and dad, Jerry. The 10-year-old was killed nearly 1 year ago at Robb Elementary. From Faith's cap to her tassel and stole, you can see pieces of Tess everywhere. Faith's extended family and the loved ones of some of the other 21 victims were there to cheer Faith on as she jumped into the river holding Tess's photo.
Feels bittersweet. I'm glad that I could be here with all the people who were part of my journey. Though I'm missing Tess, it sucks, but I'm ready to jump into the future now.
And Faith has big plans for the future, plans that were shaped in part by what her and her family went through this last year. And we'll have that story, more tributes to the victims and survivors of the Robb tragedy on May 24th at 9 p.m. in an hour-long KSAT 12 special recalling 1 year in Uvalde.
And in the midst of the healing, there was some cheer, excitement, and even basketball for the Uvalde community. San Antonio Spurs and other partners opening up a new playground for students at the Uvalde Dual Language Academy. So with the help of Uvalde CISD and the San Antonio Area Foundation, the Spurs and other groups teamed up to create a dream playground for the kids to help with the healing process. Children from around Uvalde helped plan and even design the perfect play space where they can go and enjoy their childhood. Former students from Robb Elementary also helped with creating this design. Time now just about 6:40, 65 degrees.
Still ahead on GMSA, you've probably already looked up who won the XFL championship, Max.
So it happened at the Dome last night, and your guy, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, in attendance. We're going to take a look at how it all went down. That's coming up.
And up next, people across the country are paying a lot of money for a new IV hydration therapy. So we'll show you how it works and why it's so popular.
And Mike Osterhage in the house with a dapper fit this morning, taking a live look out there. So much calmer and quieter than we've had the last couple of days. We're going to check in for your full Mother's Day forecast in just a few moments. Just into the newsroom, San Antonio police say a man in the hospital after a shooting in just the last couple hours. It happened around 4:15 this morning. This is the 1000 block of Locke Street that's near I-35 on the city's east side. A man found with gunshot wounds in the parking lot of an apartment complex, taken to BAMC in critical condition. Police have suspect on the suspect so far, so we are still waiting to learn more information from those investigators. All right, switching gears this morning, a new health trend getting a lot of popularity around the country. Have you heard about this?
I've heard about it.
Okay, have you done it?
I've never done it.
Okay.
Now I'm curious. So it's called IV hydration therapy, which provides hydration, vitamins, other supplement. Promos claim it can increase energy, help you recover from hangovers. Not that I get those. Jet lag, boost, and recovery.
ABC's Tim Pulliam taking a closer look at these infusions.
Little pinch, okay?
Kelly Alexander is getting an IV drip, but we're not at the hospital or a doctor's office.
Kelly, how do you feel right now?
I am super relaxed.
We're at Refugee Med Spa, one of a growing number of businesses nationwide that offer IV therapy. Refugee's options include hangover fix, immune booster, migraine or pain, even beauty drips.
So we have a bag of saline with a certain amount of vitamins, depending on what they want, what they need, and we'll start an IV on them. They sit here for 30 minutes and enjoy their time, relax, and then they're on the way.
Nina Aquino is a licensed vocational nurse at Refugee.
Because it's directly in the bloodstream, it works right away. It can last for a whole week, so everyone can come here once a week for their dose of IV therapy.
Kelly is receiving the anti-aging drip today.
It's self-care. You're taking care of yourself. So you're taking, an hour out of your day to come and do something for yourself.
Kelly has been a client at Refugee for nearly a year now.
Why do you keep coming back?
Well, because I'm seeing results.
The price for IV therapy can range from $100 to $1,000, and companies claim to offer many benefits, but some experts say to be careful. Benefits are unclear, and this kind of IV therapy is not regulated by the FDA nor FDA approved.
IV treatments that are not in a regulated facility, such as a doctor's office or a hospital, may have contaminants. They may have been packaged in a facility that is not sterile, and that you may not know exactly what you're getting regardless of what's advertised.
Hydration therapy, like nutritional supplements, don't need FDA approval, but the seller of the products or procedures can't make any claim that they can treat or cure any condition.
It's really tempting to be able to say, I'm going to pay $200 or $300 and get this IV treatment, and it's going to boost my metabolism, fix my jet lag, cure my chronic fatigue. There are a lot of companies out there that'll advertise claims that, simply put, we have no research to support.
If you decide to try IV therapy, do your research. Make sure there is a board-certified healthcare professional administering the IV and that an emergency backup plan is in place. Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I'd try it.
I would try it, especially if I, had a fun night the night before.
What are you insinuating? I thought you just said you don't get hangovers.
I mean, just to maybe prevent it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
from actually happening.
If anyone does want to indulge in some Mother's Day mimosas today, is it a good day to sit outside?
It's going to be a bit on the humid side. That's all this moisture hanging around here. If you do decide to sit outside, take an umbrella with you or to be outside, just because we will have a couple of more showers and, a storm or two here or there. All right, rain gauges. Boy, oh boy, a lot of folks been sending in pictures. And look at this one in Cuero. What's that reading? About 3 3/4 inches of rain. And then, as this caption says, add that to the weekly total, about 9.5 inches down the southeast in Cuero. That is fantastic. Now, with all of that rain, which is obviously just beautiful, and then we had a bunch of it coming all at once yesterday, do watch it along some of the rivers, especially south and east of town, as everything is flowing obviously downstream, and there may be some of them spilling over their banks. And also, there may still be some low water crossings that are flooded over this morning. So we got a lot of clouds hanging around here as of right now, and I don't know what that update is. Let me go do something with my maps here, because I hate it when those pop-ups come up right in the middle of a newscast. I don't want to restart this right now. Oh, darn. Well, I'm just going to switch this over like this, over to this screen right here. Thank you, though, sir. I appreciate that. And then I will just say, we'll do that another time. Okay. That'll be the simple thing to do. Thank you very much. All right, here you can see a better view of the showers and thunderstorms off there to the east of us. And nothing is showing up on radar really in the metropolitan area. And these showers and storms, as you can see, initially it looked like they were trying to work their way to the northwest, but it's more of a northwestwardly movement. So obviously we are getting grazed in our eastern counties, right there in eastern Gonzales County. Hallettsville has been getting a fairly decent amount of rain. Now it's kind of tapering off just a little bit, and may see some of these little sprinkles here and there. But like I said, there's nothing around the metropolitan area as of right now. We are seeing some fog to develop. Bernie right now, 3/4 of a mile, half mile there in Kerrville. Nothing in and around town right now. But with all this moisture, all the moisture in the ground, and in some places a couple of breaks in the clouds, we have to watch out for some patchy fog. And that's going to be the situation the next couple of days. We've got that 40% chance for some of that, or the rain that's in place right now. And then throughout the rest of today, still keep a rain chance in the forecast, because there will be a couple of pop-ups here and there. Now, computer models are not overly bullish about all of this. As a matter of fact, as you can see, this is just keeping the rain primarily off to the east, but just again, a couple of them will pop up here and there, even though not indicated with computer models. And tomorrow we'll start off, like I said, patch of fog here and there, and then we will have a couple of more scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up around here throughout the day. And given the fact we still have lots of moisture hanging around here, any of these showers that pop up over the next couple of days, today, tomorrow, total, you could see another inch of rain. You could see another 1.5 to 2 inches of rain. It'd be very localized, not widespread like what we had yesterday, but still just be on the lookout for that. And with the ground saturated, a lot of that would not soak in very quickly and would just run off. 75 at noon today, mostly cloudy skies, a stray shower or two. Peaks of sunshine, kind of doubt that. A couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms. So if you are have some outdoor plans today, just take an umbrella with you, because there will be just scattered about some of those showers and a storm or two. A little bit better chance for some rain tomorrow. Then we'll still have a few showers, storms Tuesday. Hardly anything, almost not worth mentioning Wednesday, Thursday, and then we go into the weekend and just bump that up a little bit as far as the rain chance. Temperatures are going to be staying in check. Those numbers are the only time we get back up to normal is by the weekend there. So nice looking. Hopefully by Wednesday, Thursday, you get a chance to cut your grass again.
Ugh, I just cut it. It's grown like 3 inches.
Yeah, I think I've cut my grass more in the past couple of months than I have in the past 2 years.
Wow. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, which is great.
6:51, 65 degrees.
Take a look outside with the roads. Maybe you're getting an early start, headed out to Sunday's service or Mother's Day early brunch or breakfast. We don't really see anything popping up over on our end, but if an incident does happen, we'll let you know about it.
Good morning, welcome back. And hey, how about SAFC? Put on a show last night. Continue the road trip this weekend, taking on the Eastern Conference leading Charleston Battery. San Antonio battered their way to victory from start to finish. 8th minute, keeper out of position, Sam Adeniran making them pay. 1-0 San Antonio right out the gate. And then here we go, 32nd minute, Alawushie finding some space, buries a shot in the back of the net. 4 first half goals for SAFC. They scored a touchdown plus the extra point. That's a joke, because it's football, and it's football. They win it 7-0, the largest victory in, yes, all of SAFC franchise history. And look at this transition from football to football. The XFL wrapping up their inaugural season. Kind of. It's like the third iteration of the XFL. Last night at the Alamo Dome, the underdog Arlington Renegades stunning the top-ranked DC Defenders. From the opening snap, Arlington jumping out to a 17-0 early lead. 3 touchdown passes from quarterback Luis Perez, and the Renegades win big 35-26 to claim the first ever third iteration XFL title. I mean, we had Dwayne here. We're on a first name basis, The Rock and I. It'll be awesome if this league continues, and maybe the Brahmas can bring us home a trophy. I think the trophy's pretty awesome, too.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah, so congratulations, everyone involved. Sorry, Mike, you're just on the outside looking in. Time now, 6:56. Got him. 65 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Good morning, welcome back, and happy Mother's Day. We want to celebrate all of the GMSA moms out there. So we had Colin's mom.
That was Phyllis. Colin's
my mom in there with my dad. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
And that's Caitlin's mom, Melissa. Happy Mother's Day. And that's my mom,
there we go.
Patty. Happy Mother's Day to all of our moms. Thank you for putting up with us and, just being so great and special.
I didn't get the memo to send one in, but there's me and my mom.
No, that's me and my mom.
No,
there we go.
Aww.
I don't know if you can see. Yeah.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All right, well, a couple of showers, a couple of storms here or there. Most of the rain is well off to the east of us. And just take an umbrella if you are going to be outside today.
That was good. Happy Mother's Day. We're going to take an hour-long break. Don't go anywhere. Back here at 8 a.m. We'll see you then.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
All right, we are starting with a live look out at the Alamo City, already up to 67 degrees on this Mother's Day Sunday. A lot quieter and a lot calmer than we saw yesterday morning. Mike Ostrage in, and he's going to tell us what to expect. Good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday. It is May 14th. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
All the amazing mothers out there. So, I know your mom's in Corpus.
She's in Corpus Christi.
Did you give her a call yet, a text?
No, she's hopefully watching.
Okay.
But I made an arrangement with my younger brother who lives there to get a little gift together.
Very nice. For all the local mothers out there, Mike, if they want to go to a nice brunch, they need an umbrella today?
You know, keep one handy just to be on the safe side. We're going to have a couple of showers, a couple of storms pop up later on this afternoon. But as of right now, things are looking pretty good. As you mentioned, we're at 67 degrees. That bottom number, dew points at 65. That's been creeping up and up a little bit. And yeah, we do have, as you can see there behind that graphic, a little bit of sun trying to squeeze on through. And the high temperature today is going to make it up to 81 degrees, which is still on the low side of normal by about 5 or so on average around the area. The aquifer, huge jump yesterday, 3.1 feet. Can't wait for today's numbers to come out, and then there's still more rain in the future. Molds on the high side. Those numbers haven't been updated as of yet. Haven't got the latest count yet. Grass and pine are on the low side. What we are dealing with, though, with all this humidity out there, all the moisture in the ground, we do have some very thick fog, especially heading up into portions of the hill country. Well, at one point just a little bit ago, Bernie was down to 0 visibility, but a quarter mile at Bernie as well as New Braunfels, half-mile visibility in Kerrville. So we're going to have to watch out for some fog this morning, maybe a little bit of mist with that. Been watching that big batch of rain off there to the east of us, but as you can see, that's kind of fizzling off, and all of that pretty much moved in a northwestwardly direction. So that has been avoiding us, and those temperatures. Now, we did start off a little bit below normal this morning, and gonna have a good day today. But like I said, keep an umbrella handy just to be on the safe side. More rain in the forecast, though, coming up this week. Details in just a couple of minutes. Sarah, Max.
Thank you, Mike. New this morning, an update to a deadly hit and run that killed 18-year-old Jacob Lopez. San Antonio police have arrested 66-year-old Daniel Martinez for failure to stop and render aid, resulting in death. Lopez's body was found near the I-35 Access Road and Kiowa Street on May 7th. That's between Somerset and Palo Alto roads. Investigators say Lopez's face had blood on it, and his damaged motorcycle was found nearby. Police say someone called in a tip after seeing news on the deadly hit and run. That's what led them to Martinez.
And the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says an alleged motorcycle gang member dead this morning after a chase ended in a crash. So take a look. This was the scene around 10 last night. This is Northwest Loop 410. BCSO deputy on the scene telling us there was a speeding motorcyclist. They decided to pull over for a traffic stop, but then they took off again. After a brief chase, the deputy lost sight of who was on the bike. However, the deputy then found the motorcyclist had crashed into another vehicle. All of this at the intersection of 410 and Highway 151. We're told the rider died at the scene. 3 other people involved in the crash, they were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. PCSO telling us that the rider was found with a gun, arrest warrants, and was a known motorcycle gang member.
And one man is in the hospital after a shooting in a QT parking lot. San Antonio police say they are still searching for the suspect who fired those shots. Police just before 3 this morning at a QT on Southwest Military Drive say 2 men were fighting in the parking lot when someone shot at them. One man was hit in the leg and taken to the hospital where he's expected to recover. Police are still looking for the suspect, who they say left in a dark-colored sedan, and this is an ongoing investigation. And new information on the body of a man that was discovered in a creek along San Pedro Avenue.
That's right. San Antonio police officers in a helicopter making this discovery. All of this happening in the 5900 block of San Pedro, and it happened when they were actually searching for a missing person. Now, officers at the scene saying the body is that of a man possibly in his 20s or 30s. They tell us it's unclear how the person died, but they said there did appear to be physical trauma. Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office still trying to figure out who exactly this person was.
So police say there are several homeless encampments under the bridge and further up the creek, and they say due to Friday's storms, the water level was noticeably high, and that may have a connection.
Well, every year, breast cancer is diagnosed in hundreds of thousands of people across the country. And to this day, it's still the second leading cause of cancer death among women. So today, we're talking about new guidelines just published regarding mammogram screenings.
That's right. So joining us and to break it all down is Dr. Virginia Kaklamani, the breast medical oncologist at UT Health San Antonio MD Anderson Cancer Center. Good morning, doctor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you.
Mother's Day.
You as well. So, doctor, what are the new guidelines and why does this change matter?
So the new guidelines recommend us doing screening mammograms starting at the age of 40 until the age of 74 every 2 years. So that may be a little hard for people to remember. So maybe think my odd years I'm having a mammogram or my even years I'm having a mammogram. It's important because previously the guidelines said that we should start screening at the age of 50, which the committee decided based on some recent data, it's probably a little too old for us because we're having many breast cancers being diagnosed at younger ages.
So how will lowering the starting age help in diagnosing breast cancer and treating it?
So our studies have shown that there is up to a 43% decrease in mortality by doing mammograms starting at the age of 40. We're recognizing that younger women are being diagnosed. And so if we're able to diagnose that breast cancer at an earlier stage, we have a much higher likelihood of curing it.
And so all mammogram requests include information about breast density. What does this mean and what should our viewers know about that in case they go get one?
Yeah, so this is very confusing, and we had state guidelines for a while, but the FDA a couple months ago actually said that now it's FDA mandated that every mammogram will give us information about our breast density. And we know that women that have dense breasts have a higher risk of breast cancer. We also know that mammograms may not be as effective in dense breasts just because the tissue is hard to see on a mammogram. So the guidelines say that we don't have enough data to recommend ultrasounds or MRIs in those women, and we really don't. But this is where I would suggest that you talk to your radiologist when you have the mammogram and have a combined decision as to whether you should potentially have an ultrasound or even an MRI.
What does it mean when a woman is at risk due to genetics or her mother or grandmother was diagnosed with breast cancer?
And this is an important point. All of these guidelines are for women that have a general risk of having breast cancer, not a high risk. So if you have a family history, if you have a specific mutation in a gene, so a change in a gene that puts you at risk of getting breast cancer, these guidelines do not apply to you. Then we have different guidelines that recommend starting mammograms as young as 30 and MRIs as young as 25. So that's where, again, discussing with your physician, getting a family history, understanding what your personal risk is will help with screening guidelines for you.
And I know breast cancer is almost ubiquitous around the United States. I personally know about 5 people who have gone through or passed away because of breast cancer. So make the pitch to people watching. Why is it so important that women get screened early and why should they get a mammogram?
So as you mentioned in the beginning of the segment, breast cancer is the second leading cause of death in women, the first being heart disease. And we know that early detection is the key to curing it. So please go have your mammograms. Again, guidelines starting at the age of 40, every 2 years until the age of 74. It saves lives.
Dr. Kaklamani, thank you so much for joining us and happy Mother's Day.
Thank you for having me.
And if anyone missed any of the interview or you want more information, we're going to have all that on KSAT.com throughout the morning. Time now, just about 8:09, 67 degrees out.
Let's take a look outside with live cam. It's 67 degrees at 8:08. Are we going to see it?
No.
There it is. Okay, so Mike says it's going to be kind of what it looks like outside. I think it'll be a little bit of sun making its way through the clouds on this Mother's Day. You might need an umbrella if you head out, but not any downpours, he says. He'll explain when we come back.
And of course, as we've said throughout the morning, happy Mother's Day to all of the amazing moms out there. We are so grateful, so thankful for you today.
And what you're looking at, yesterday we asked our viewers to send in your photos with mom. So here throughout the show, we're going to show them. We're going to show all the great moms that were sent in by our viewers. head to KSAT.com, but you can also see him right here on air. Well, they're soft, cuddly. What's not to love about rabbits? But in Iowa, a biting bunny has been menacing a neighborhood. CNN's Janie Mose reports.
Beware of bunny.
Once upon a time, there lived a rabbit.
No, not Peter Rabbit. We're talking about a menacing rabbit that lives in the small city of Perry, Iowa. A black bunny, a bad bunny, a bunny caught lunging.
Hey,
at someone who was perhaps expecting the cuddly kind of rabbit. Ramona Rustin also encountered it.
It just jumps up and bites me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just got bit by a bunny.
A Perry police report shows it also bit a 13-year-old who then had to have rabies shots. It chased another resident from her car to her door. No wonder it's been compared to the Dracula of bunnies, Bunnicula, a vampirish rabbit with fangs. Bunnies have long been bad-mouthed in movies, depicted as mutant rabbits. Able to decapitate a knight in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But cooler heads prevailed when Perry police lured the bad bunny into a cage and took it to the city's water treatment plant, where it was released. Neither hide nor hair of the rabbit has been seen since.
What devil creatures? What unknown terror?
Ginny Mose, CNN, New York.
And that's all, folks.
So there's a lot to that.
There's a lot.
Behind the scenes, though, we first saw it in the rundown as Bad Bunny.
I got excited because I thought it was about Benito, the Bad Bunny, my favorite, singer. So
yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was an actual Bad Bunny.
Okay,
the Monty Python was your favorite scene, though. You called it on the spot.
What was the one right before that?
Oh, that was
that some old C grade?
That was.
I don't know, but it was terrifying.
That was a lot.
That was fantastic.
Bunnicula. That was my favorite one.
I love. Oh,
yeah.
Well Jeannie, and how long? Jeannie Mose has been around for years and doing the same thing. I love that.
Clever.
Never gets old.
Very clever.
All right. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. And it is turning out to be very nice. Yesterday was quite an active day, to say the least, in the overnight hours. And hats off to Adam and Mia. Got a lot of compliments for their coverage Friday night. And then Sarah yesterday and Justin holding down the fort. No, they worked really hard. All right, Wildflowers, been loving all this rain out there. Absolutely gorgeous. Last hour or an hour ago said that I think I've cut my grass more this year than I have in the past couple of years out there. No complaints at all. Updated aquifer went up another 1.1 feet. And yesterday's reading was 3.1 feet and a little bit more kind of in between these readings. So it's gone up almost 5 feet just in the past couple of days, which is fantastic news. A lot of clouds out there this morning. We're trying to get just a little peak of sunshine here or there. And then earlier this morning, this was rather ominous looking, this big batch of rain, and it was wanting to kind of almost lean to the northwest a little bit, but the overall motion has been taking it to the northwest and taking it away from us, so we're not having to worry about that. We do have to worry about a little bit of fog. We got some very thick fog going up I-35 in toward New Braunfels, also at Bernie Stage, and then up there around Kerrville, just a half-mile visibility. It's actually improved a little bit around Bernie. It was down to 0 visibility just within about the past 45 minutes, so watch out for some of that fog. Got all that moisture in the ground. That's going to be something we have to watch out for the next couple of mornings, just because, again, all that moisture out there. And elsewhere, it's not really widespread. Some around Junction, that's actually improved slightly. Gonzales, Pleasanton, Carrizo Springs, you're seeing a little bit of fog, as well as Cotulla. Temperatures, upper 50s and upper 60s, mid to upper 60s. We've already started the warming process a bit this morning, and we still have plenty of moisture out there. Actually, these numbers have been going up. So, again, that's the reason why we see some of that fog when those two numbers, temperatures and dew point temperatures, are kind of running neck and neck. Still got that, I'll call it 30% chance. Some of those leftover showers well off to the east. Then things are going to taper down, but I can't completely rule out another shower thunderstorm to pop up around the area later on today. So 40% chance for some rain. It's not going to be raining everywhere nor constantly. As a matter of fact, most everybody's not going to see anything today. We will top off at 81 later on, so still well below normal. So here's the computer model, and it's got some of these showers off to the east. And then notice how going through the afternoon hours, just a couple of them, primarily to the east, not many. It's kind of scattered shot around here. We're going to the overnight hours, and even this evening, I should say, prior to the overnight hours, you can see just one or two of those showers popping up. And then tomorrow morning, one or two of them here and there. Maybe some fog as well with all this moisture hanging around here, and a slightly better chance, I think, in the afternoon of just a couple of scattered showers, a thunderstorm. Still could see a decent downpour with some of these showers as well. So just keep that in mind. With the ground very saturated, you want to keep that in the back of your mind. So going into the rest of the week, there's the chance for some rain around here tomorrow. And this is kind of a broad brush computer model, but we do have more rain chances Tuesday. Then things are going to start to taper off, and virtually nil as far as a rain chance going in toward the middle part of the week. And still temperatures are going to be staying on the cooler side of things. 75 at noon today, mostly cloudy skies. Again, you can't rule out a stray shower or two. We'll have some sunshine trying to squeeze on through. 81 for a high temperature, and a decent downpour, again, also can't be ruled out. Tomorrow, well, got an okay chance for some rain out there, 77 degrees, so it's going to keep us a little bit lower. And as rain chances go down, temperatures will slowly creep up. But just finally back up to roughly normal going in toward this weekend. Tinge better chance for some rain. Also watch it, some of the rivers southeast of here, because we do have flood warnings posted along that, and any creeks, you know, the usual spots, because everything that we had yesterday is raining southeastward, and that's where a lot of the heaviest, most widespread rain was as well. So 2.31 inches of rain at the airport.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's impressive. And we can't say this enough. If there are barricades up, don't drive around them.
No.
Turn around. Go another route.
Even if it hasn't rained since yesterday, like those swollen creeks are still happening. Yeah.
Not only will you get a ticket, and then your car's going to flood and dangerous. And
there was a stranded car in the middle of the road yesterday. Katrina Weber did a great live shot, and then during the live shot, a lot of water, someone just plowed right through. We're like, what are you doing?
Live TV.
Yeah, there you go. Be safe, be smart. That's what we're here for. Time now, 8:20, 68 degrees.
Okay, a scientist and his team have discovered sounds from the Earth's stratosphere. Next, what they use to get them.
Now let's take a look at those lotto numbers. Did either of you guys play the lottery last night?
No.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
This dictates whether Mike's going to be here at 8:30. So pick 3, 7, 2, 4, Fireball 7, Daily 4, 1, 6, 8, 5, Fireball 3.
Cash 5, 7, 16, 23, 26, 29. Texas Lotto 11, 22, 28, 35, 39, 54. Let's get Powerball 3, 15, 20, 23, 46. Powerball 11. Power Play 2. Mike, did you win?
I'll see you at 8:30.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Good morning and welcome back. So have you ever wondered what Earth's stratosphere sounds like? No, but if you did, take a listen to this. I'm going to get a lot of flack for saying this sounds like wind.
It sounds a lot like wind.
So giant solar balloons were sent 70,000 feet up in the air to record sounds of Earth's stratosphere, and the microphones picked up some unexpected sounds. The scientists wanted to explore the soundscape of the stratosphere after being introduced to what we're now learning is a low-frequency sound that's actually generated by volcanoes. So his team attached microphones to solar balloons, and the wind was the result. The balloons can take sensors twice as high as commercial jets can fly.
Okay, check this out. A new group of butterflies is named after a Lord of the Rings villain. So published in the Journal of Systematic Entomology, the striking wing patterns of this butterfly that you're seeing on your screen is named genus Sauron. The name is inspired by the Eye of Sauron, the antagonist, of course, from the Lord of the Rings book series. The researchers documented 2 new species of the butterflies which live in a lowland rainforest of the Amazon. Beautiful.
Right, so we have stratospheric wind and butterflies named after Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
At least you got the fun one.
I know, right?
We talked about wind. All right, time now, 8:25, 68 degrees out.
Someone's got to be the fun one.
I guess that's you today.
It's always me. Okay, happy Mother's Day to our viewers. We asked you guys to send in your photos of mom and, of course, shower them with love. And we're going to be playing their pictures, showing their pictures throughout the day here on GMSA.
Good morning and happy Mother's Day to everyone out there. All the great moms, my mom, Patty, Miss Costa.
Sam, Mrs. Massey.
Look at that. Great teamwork. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Costa. It is Sunday, May 14th. I got it. I know that because it's the day before Max's birthday.
Oh, look at that. It's also Mother's Day, so you should know that too. Okay. So, Mike, you got a big day planned. Happy Mother's Day to your wife, Bonnie, and your mother as well.
And my mother, Ruth-Anna. Yes, indeed. Down there, she lives down in Florida. So tomorrow's your birthday?
Yeah.
It is?
Oh, Sarah.
Max is turning 25.
Sarah, you got him the gift from all of us, right? Thank you very much for that. All right, step outside this morning and a fair amount of humidity out there. Obviously, nothing like what we've had the past couple of days. 68 degrees right now. That dew point is getting up there. It is at 65 right now, and that's obviously thanks to all the moisture in the ground and light wind out of the northwest at 7 miles per hour. A lot of fog up, heading up into the hill country. Bernie Stage now at 0 visibility, so if you're going up 10, you're going to run into that fog. Kerrville, half mile. New Braunfels has improved ever so slightly. Not bad in and around town right now. Just be on the lookout over the next couple of hours. We had been watching that big batch of rain off there to the east. It almost looked like it wanted to kind of take a left-hand turn, but for the most part, it is sliding basically up to the north, kind of northwestwardly. Mid and upper 60s around the area. We've obviously started the warming process. Mold is high. That was yesterday's reading. Haven't gotten the updated count as of yet. One thing I can tell you is the aquifer went up again. Yesterday it was just over 3 feet. Today just over another foot. So got some rain east and then maybe a sprinkly shower out there, some mist associated with some of that fog as well. And then a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms. Most everybody won't see rain today. We will make it up into the low 80s. Now, if you do see a shower or a storm, could have a decent downpour. That's going to be the situation tomorrow. I think a little bit better chance for some rain kind of scattered about the area. Still could see half inch and a half of rain quite easily with any of these showers and storms that do pop up. Rain chances will begin to taper off as we go in toward the middle part of the week, and temperatures will start to warm up, but only just basically back up to normal readings once we get into the latter portion of the week, and a little bit better rain chance then toward the weekend. All the details coming up in a couple of minutes. Sarah, next.
Thank you, Mike. San Antonio fire crews say a couch fire is to blame for an apartment going up in smoke just west of downtown. It happened just before 2 this morning in the 200 block of Violetta Place. 2 people were able to get out safely but were taken to the hospital. San Antonio police are investigating the cause of the fire and say 1 person is in custody as a person of interest.
A man in the hospital this morning after a shooting on the city's east side. So take a look. Police tell us this all unfolded around 4:15 this morning. This is 1000 block of Locke Street. A man found with gunshot wounds in the parking lot of an apartment complex. Last check, taken to BAMC in critical condition. Right now, police still investigating. No information yet on a suspect.
47-year-old Charles Peoples has been arrested. San Antonio police say Peoples targeted convenience store clerks in a series of aggressive armed serial robberies on the city's east side. One of the robberies happened back on May 10th at a Dollar Tree store in the 600 block of South W.W. White Road. During that robbery, Peoples held a woman at gunpoint and demanded money. Police say he had an active parole violation at the time of his arrest.
And San Antonio police charging 17-year-old Ray Espinoza with capital murder. The charge stems from a shooting back on January 11th in the 12,900 block of Clubhouse Boulevard. That shooting ended with an 18-year-old shot and killed. Police say Espinoza arranged a drug deal with multiple people, but had planned to rob them of the drugs. When the group arrived, Espinoza allegedly pulled out a handgun, ordered them to get out of the vehicle. One of the victims reportedly tried to fight back against Espinoza. That's when police tell us he fired his weapon into the vehicle, striking and killing that teen.
One person was killed and another was taken into custody after shooting at a northeast side car wash. San Antonio police say it happened around 7:30 last night in the 1200 block of Northeast Loop 410. SAPD says the suspect and the victim were in a vehicle going through the car wash when something happened that led to that shooting. The suspect is accused of shooting the victim once before coming out of the car wash and flagging down bystanders. Authorities say the suspect claimed the shooting was self-defense. The victim died at the scene.
Well, if you live in Kerrville or anyone you know does, listen up. A diesel leak being monitored near the water treatment plant in the city of Kerrville. So a statement from the city says the leak was detected at a business upstream of the water plant. The statement says Friday's storms actually caused damage that led to this leak. The Texas Commission on Environmental Quality has been notified. Kerrville city officials say appropriate precautions were taken. The city has switched water to the groundwater wells. The city will remain on groundwater wells until the water plant comes back online, which is expected to happen sometime next week.
The state's largest refugee resettlement agency says it will temporarily no longer take on new clients. Refugee Services of Texas says it can't afford to take on new clients for the next 120 days. So going forward, new refugees will be referred to national organizations. The agency says they have just become overwhelmed following the evacuation of Afghanistan, the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and one person said his wife fled Afghanistan last year, and after 6 months of moving around, Refugee Services of Texas was the ones that helped them settle into their apartment.
We were hugging each other, and we were so happy. And as I said, I was about to cry. And finally, I was saying, okay, I'm in my new home.
So within those 4 months of intense budget cuts, the agency hopes donations will come in.
One person now dead, and a curfew imposed yesterday after a powerful tornado tearing through a community near the Texas coast. Take a look. This all happened before dawn yesterday. A 42-year-old Roberto Flores killed when a nearby trailer was lifted during the storm, crushing his mobile home in Laguna Heights. At least 10 more people hospitalized, including 2 people now in critical condition. At least 36 people currently staying in emergency shelters. They're trying to figure out what comes next after all of the damage from their storms.
Now to the early campaigning on the ground in Iowa. So weather preventing that anticipated political split screen between former President Donald Trump and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
ABC's Alex Prochet in Des Moines reports what happens next for these two.
Overnight, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis made an unplanned stop at a Des Moines barbecue joint. Our cameras were rolling as he and his wife shook hands and took pictures for over an hour, taking a victory lap after a day crisscrossing the state.
Governor, what made you come here tonight? Just want to say hi to people.
This restaurant is 2 miles from where former President Trump's rally was supposed to be before the campaign canceled, citing tornado warnings in the area Saturday afternoon.
Are you trying to send a message to Trump? Thank you. You got this, bro. We've had a great day. I mean, it's been great. There's been great folks all around, and we're excited to be in Iowa.
DeSantis is a distant second to Trump in national polls of Republican voters in GOP-leaning independents. But in Iowa, he's picked up more than 36 endorsements from state lawmakers, gaining ground in the crucial first caucus state. Overnight, former President Trump unveiled his own list of Iowa endorsements from each of the state's 99 counties.
Ron DeSantis, wrong on tax hikes, just not ready.
His campaign Friday releasing this attack ad on his top competition. Trump, for his part, has promised to reschedule Saturday's canceled event. The Republican Iowa caucus is less than a year away, but after this week, many Iowans told us it feels like the 2024 campaign is already in full swing.
We really get bombarded in Iowa. We're on the front lines to see what's really out there and what they're offering us.
That was Alex Prochet in Iowa. A supermarket racked up with numerous health code violations and a low score during a recent inspection.
While a Thai restaurant continued dealing with the rodent problem. These are just a few of the things KSAT Tim Gerber discovered when he went behind the kitchen door.
The Poco Loco Supermercado in the 3400 block of Nogalitos earned a 73 on their recent inspection. There was mold on corn tortilla chips and moldy cucumbers in a walk-in cooler. Pork lard stored on shelves needed to be refrigerated. It was also past the expiration date. A leak at the mop sink was causing water to pool on the floor. A re-inspection was ordered. Long John Silver's in the 5400 block of Walsham got an 84. There was a mold-like substance growing on a sauce jar and a cooler. The ice machine had a buildup of dirt and debris inside and out, and there was hair in there too. A cooler was too warm. The area around the frying equipment needed a good cleaning, and so did the fans, vents, and walls. Salsa's Mexican restaurant in the 5900 block of Rittiman earned an 85. Not bad, but the owner sure didn't want us telling you about it. He tried to block our camera. They earned deductions for improperly storing food. There was a pink mold-like growth in the ice machine, and the soda nozzles were contaminated with dirt and debris that needed to be cleaned. A dead roach was in the kitchen, and beans and eggs were found stored on the floor. The owner said he's made the corrections and hired pest control. Finally, we revisit Yaya's Thai restaurant on McCullough. Last year, they got a 76 and were dealing with a rodent problem. This time around, they improved to an 81, but mice were still getting inside. Hello. I stopped by this week to see if they've made any progress.
You guys had problems with rodents still. Do you know if that's been dealt with?
This manager agreed to talk even though she was dealing with a voice problem. She showed me they hired pest control and got good news last week.
They were back here on Friday and they gave you the all cleared?
Everything clear.
Okay.
She explained the building is very old and they've tried to get the owner to make repairs to keep pests out.
We already report to the owner of the building when they don't take the reaction immediately.
They hope customers understand they're doing all they can. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, just about 8:41, 68 degrees out.
Take a look outside with live cam on this Mother's Day. 68 degrees, a bit humid out there at 8:41. If you plan to go out to brunch or to church for Mother's Day, bring an umbrella just in case, but Mike will have our full forecast when we come back. It's that time of the year for graduation season for high school and college students.
And yesterday, a very special graduation at Texas State University. Tess Monta's sister, Faith, graduating after an incredibly difficult year without her sister. A picture of Tess filling a chair between her mother, Veronica, and her father, Jerry. The 10-year-old was killed nearly a year ago at Robb Elementary. So from Faith's cap to her tassel and stole, you can see pictures of little Tess all over the graduation.
So Faith's extended family, the loved ones of some of the other 21 victims, were there to cheer Faith on as she jumped into the river holding Tess's photo.
Feels bittersweet. I'm glad that I could be here with all the people who were part of my journey. Though I'm missing Tess, it sucks, but I'm ready to jump into the future now.
Faith has big plans for the future, plans that were shaped in part by what her and her family have gone through over the last year. We're going to have that story and a lot of tributes to the victims and survivors of the Robb Elementary tragedy on May 24th at 9 p.m. an hour-long KSAT 12 news special we're calling 1 Year in Uvalde. Well, back here at home, 68 degrees now, Mike.
Yep.
Last 24 hours, 48 hours really. It has been chaos out there with the weather.
Starting late Friday afternoon and, looking back to some of the computer models even leading up to that. And this was one of those weather events that even early last week we were talking about it and it, still held in there, which sometimes can be a rare. Sometimes, as time rolls on, things do change a little bit. But this one stayed very consistent. And yeah, moved through Friday night into early Saturday. As a lot of folks know, dumped a whole bunch of rain and always such a beautiful sight to see rain gauges like that. Look at that one just northwest of Lotus. A little bit more than 2 inches of rain. Of course, out there at the airport, 2.31 officially yesterday, the most single day in year and 2/3, roughly 577 days, I think it was. So that's wonderful. And we still have some more rain in the forecast. Obviously, there's nothing showing up out at the airport right now. A lot of rain well off to the east, and this is kind of dying down. It's sliding just to the north of our area. We'll have a couple of more showers trying to pop up here and there over the course of the next couple of days. Let me grab a different clicker, and I want to show you what's going on as far as this has been very encouraging looking at the Climate Prediction Center. Now, even last week I kept showing this, and it really hasn't changed this month. Obviously, it adds to a day in each and every day, but going into next weekend, starting next weekend, and then through the first part of the following week, still, now this doesn't mean we're going to be on the wet side, but the odds of getting a little bit more than what would be a normal amount of rain are decent, and we are also seeing temperatures that are going to be held down, so pretty good odds of being below normal. And same thing as we go further into the future, the following week in toward Memorial Day weekend, odds of having more than average or better than average rain, pretty good, and odds of being below normal are pretty good as well. So yeah, this is just a fantastic forecast. Now, obviously shaping up to be a wet May, as is historically the situation, one of the wettest months around here. Visibility has come up slightly there in New Braunfels, 1.5 miles, 3/4 mile Bernie Stage, and Kerrville is now no fog at all, but just be on the lookout again for a couple of hints of fog here and there. Not much around the area as of right now. We are going to keep a chance of rain in the forecast. Obviously, there's nothing out there as of right now, but even later on this afternoon, a shower, a thunderstorm can't be ruled out here. It's not going to be most everybody, I guess the best way to put it is most everybody's not going to see rain today, but if you do still could have a decent downpour, that's going to be the situation tomorrow as well. We will top off at 81 later on this afternoon. So here's a computer model. It's got those showers, thunderstorms off to the east, all kind of sliding up to the north of us. And again, this one's not very bullish on rain popping up, but still there is that chance later on today. Then we go into tomorrow, and a couple of showers, probably have some fog starting off tomorrow morning as well. Slightly better chance to see a few scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm around the area tomorrow. And still, you could have a decent downpour with some of these showers and storms that do pop up tomorrow. So today, plenty of clouds out there. Could be just a squeeze of sunshine squeezing on through here and there. 75 with a stray shower trying to pop up. Take an umbrella if you are heading out for maybe some outdoor lunch plans or something like that for Mother's Day. Again, rain chances it's not going to rain everywhere. 81, couple of showers, couple of thunderstorms popping up around the area. Tomorrow, a little bit better chance for some rain. Still a few around on Tuesday. Then rain chances will begin to taper off as we go in toward Wednesday, Thursday, and temperatures will then start to climb slowly, but only back up to normal readings, and a ever so small or better chance of rain for Friday and Saturday.
So maybe Wednesday, Thursday, best days to cut the grass.
If it has a chance to dry out.
Right.
Yeah, because still with all the humidity around here, can all that moisture evaporate? So hopefully you cut it before it happened. Thank goodness I did.
Yeah. I need to bring attention to the suit. We haven't talked about it nearly enough. Do you wear it just especially when you fill in for us?
Just for you.
Oh.
Make us feel so special.
Go to my Instagram.
Shameless plug to social media.
And check out the video I shot during a break of Mike letting Max try on his coat. It was very sweet.
A seersucker suit, but we all think he should because he's got those just, fraternity boyish good looks over there.
Keep it PG Sunday morning. All right, 8:50.
Watch the video. It's so
68
good.
degrees out.
Okay, it's Mother's Day. It's why Mike is probably wearing a seersucker. We want to celebrate all of our GMSA moms. That was Phyllis Woods, our producer Colin's mom. This is...
Oh, happy Mother's Day, Mom.
This is Caitlin, her mom. Happy Mother's Day.
And wait for it. There we go.
There's my mom, Patty. Happy Mother's Day. We love you. And of course, all of our viewers, we asked you guys to send in pictures of your moms. You can see these on KSAT.com or right here when we're airing them on GMSA. Happy Mother's Day. Happy birthday, Max Massey. A day early. Tomorrow
I was going to say, why is there a picture?
Tomorrow is Max's.
I like how you picked a photo of you in it.
Well, yeah.
Oh, only one?
Only one. And you know what's so funny? I was going through I have
Are all these on your phone?
These are on my phone over the last 4 years. I have a lot of pictures of you on my phone. But happy birthday, Max. Happy 25th birthday.
Thank you.
We love you here on GMSA. And I hope tomorrow for your birthday is a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So, Mike, on my birthday, is it going to be a good day to sit outside?
Mother Nature will give you a birthday present of maybe a little bit more rain.
Okay,
tomorrow.
deal.
So, yes. And
Lazy
you can
day.
see plenty of clouds out there. We do have some fog to deal with this morning. So heading up I-10 in toward the hill country and a little bit around New Braunfels as well. Just kind of keep that in mind. Temperatures in the mid-upper 60s right now. A chance, and obviously a lot of mold out there. Chance for, why do I have the school bus forecast? I hit the wrong graphic.
Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day. Kids get to go to school today.
There we go. And tomorrow, 77 degrees. I'm jumping ahead of myself. It is Sunday, by the way, and we will have another chance. You know, even a couple of stray showers or storms today. So, happy birthday, sir. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
Thank
Mother's
you all
Day.
for dealing with our chaos.